What's going on? We back. Goodfellas Sports TV doing what we do. And, you know, Erislandy Lara reportedly got out of the VADA 365 random drug testing program. And, you know, got a lot of people puzzled on why he got out that drug testing program. And I'm about to discuss it. His management team released a statement, I guess, and they explained it. Yesterday it was brought to my attention by one of my subs that the WBC released a statement saying that Erislandy Lara was no longer part of a 365 VADA drug testing through the WBC. He had dropped out. And I told you guys that the WBA had a clean testing program. I wasn't sure if it had started yet. I hadn't heard any fighters, you know, or any lists dropped to say who wasn't involved. Any fighter dropped out the rankings. But apparently that WBA VADA 365 drug testing program has started. Erislandy Lara is leaving the WBC 365 to enter the VADA WBA 365 program. So he still will be a part of random drug testing. And WBC went out their way and dropped a statement and said Lara was out of it. So, you know, I find it funny that they have a lot of double standards in the WBC. You know, because when Canelo didn't have to take random drug testing through a 6-month suspension and enter the VADA testing, I didn't hear them step up and say nothing about him. You know, nothing. As soon as Lara don't do it, you know, they get mad. Well, obviously, they ordered Lara to fight Julian J. Rock Williams as a final title eliminator to face Jermell Charlo and become Jermell Charlo's WBC mandatory at 154 pounds. And Lara chose to go for the regular WBA belt versus Brian Carlos Castanos, which in my opinion might be a tougher fight than J. Rock. But if you didn't know, this is supposedly or rumored to be Erislandy Lara's last fight at 154 pounds junior middleweight. So he wants to go out and fight for the regular title versus Brian Carlos Castanos. It's rumored to be either on the Charlo Fox December 22nd card or in January. So he's leaving one VADA drug testing program to go to another VADA drug testing program. And yes, the WBA has one. I've read about it. I haven't heard them be as vocal as the WBC about it, so I didn't know if it had started or not. Because the WBC, every once in a while, always lists the fighters. They drop out their rankings or list fighters that should enter their rankings, and they have a timetable to enter the VADA drug testing program. And they put you Johnny on the spot. If you don't list, they release a statement saying, you know, this guy dropped from my rankings because he didn't list for random drug testing. And it makes fighters look guilty. You go back to Kell Brook a couple months ago. They made a statement and said he hadn't returned his VADA paperwork in. He had dropped from the program. A couple days later, Kell Brook entered the program again, and then you hear nothing else about it. But the thing about it is, the thing about these 365 programs is they're not 365 days a week. It's damn near impossible to test these fighters 24/7, 365. So the 365 program is only a certain amount of time from the fight, you know, from the actual fight. You know, so they don't get tested 24/7. That's a big misconception. I learned that from the Triple G Canelo situation. Triple G is telling Canelo, you better enter VADA testing if you want to fight me in the real rematch, because the first fight fell out. You got to enter VADA. You got to enter VADA. When you going to enter the VADA WBC clean testing program? And Canelo said, I enter it on my own time. Triple G said, I'm not signing to fight or whatever it was until you enter it. Okay? You know, then, you know, Canelo entered it, and then it came out Triple G wasn't even enrolled in VADA for the fight. You know, he's telling Canelo to enroll in drug testing, and he hasn't even been getting drug testing. It's not 365. It's only a certain amount of time, whatever, 8, 12 weeks, 10 weeks out from the fight. They only do it for a certain period of time because it's so expensive. You know? So these guys ain't being tested 365. You know what I'm saying? You know, so at the end of the day, you know, those guys are still like Canelo Alvarez that was still doing what they was doing. And then, you know, he was doing it for a while and tested clean, you know, because they cycling off. So I'm thinking somebody in VADA testing, they still can't be getting away with something. All right, but like I said, they was gonna try to make Lara out to be, you know, a villain, and they do that to minority fighters, to Cuban fighters, to the black fighters. They probably put them Johnny on the spot. That's why I lost a lot of respect this year for the WBC and Mauricio Suleiman Jr. A lot of respect. You know, they done a lot of fun boy stuff out here this year. May it be, mandate Keith Thurman and Andre Berto for Sean Porter. May it be support Canelo Alvarez after he failed 2 separate drug tests for the original rematch in May with Golovkin. Then support him, why he got a 6-month suspension without random drug tests for them 6 months. May it be sanctioning Vanes Monterosian versus Triple G. And now they want to put Erislandy Lara on the spot. And his team, Luis de Cubas, the guy with the blue jacket right there, says he's confused on why they done that. Because they went over to the VADA 365 WBA. They are fighting for the WBA title. And WBA does have a 365 VADA clean drug testing program. But that's how the WBC moves. They want to exploit the fighters that don't bring as much money. They want to exploit the minority fighters. They don't want to exploit their own, expose their own fighters, which are the Mexican fighters and the fighters that bring the most money like Mayweather. They want to stick it to a guy like Erislandy Lara. Oh, he out the program. And I'm pretty sure from the sound of this article, they communicated with the WBC they was going to VADA. I'm pretty sure if they close to fighting for a regular title with Brian Carlos Castanos and they got tentative dates, they told the WBC that they weren't going to fight Julian J. Rock Williams next. They moving up the middleweight. But, it is what it is. They trying to, fans going to jump on that Erislandy Lara for this because he ain't a fan favorite. Cubans get a bad rap in America just as many of the black fighters do. They one in the same boat. They get the shortchanged. They got to fight the tough fights. They got to fight the fights nobody else wanted. They got to scratch and claw for their respect. And that's why I respect a lot of them. They don't really have a fan base, so every arena they go into, they the villain. They the nemesis. But like I say, man, they trying to make it seem like Erislandy Lara ain't a clean fighter. I never thought Erislandy Lara, and I never put it past no fighter, Erislandy Lara was a dirty fighter. So that's why I didn't do a video jumping on him saying, oh, he ain't entered the VADA drug testing program. I just sit back and wait and see what happened. And now it comes out. I knew he wasn't going to fight for the WBC title. I knew he wasn't fighting the title eliminator for J-Rock. I knew he was fighting Brian Carlos Castanos for the regular title for a couple months now. So it turns out that, indeed, he's going to enter the VADA WBA 365 program. And a lot of people not even aware of the VADA 365 program. They implemented this not too long ago. I didn't know they put it in rotation, like I said before. But I heard they had a program, and, they doing a program, WBC doing a program, and it costs money, It costs money. So, only ones that don't have one is the WBO and the IBF. So, in the future, that could be coming. So everybody be on the lookout, for the IBF, which is the strictest sanctionable body by the rule of the law. And at the end of the day, it's sad that we have to have these drug tests because so many fighters are failing these tests or coming in with an unfair advantage. Mayweather, if anything that's positive on his career, matters the most, had the most impact, it was the random drug testing. That changed the sport of boxing. That made it an even playing field. And you're pretty sure, like I said before, you had crackheads that was fighting in the ring before. Guys that had, was doing cocaine, that was popular fighters, Hall of Fame fighters that had crack cocaine, that was known crack cocaine addicts, fighting in the ring. So you don't think back in the day was fighters that was juicing up? Yeah. Steroids just ain't pop up 10 years ago. Steroids been here for decades and decades and centuries. Performance enhancing drugs. So, now they trying to clean the sport up. And, You know, I can respect that. Even playing field for all. You know, but it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Shout out to everybody holding us down. All the brothers and sisters. We on Facebook. We on Twitter. And you can email me as well. Follow me on those platforms. DM me, email me with video requests, questions, concerns, sponsorships, business ventures. Appreciate it. I'm going to link the article to this description so you know that it's real. And if you want to make a donation, that link's in the description as well. Salute to everybody that do donate to the channel. It's much appreciated. And salute to World Breaker Fighting for Chat Room Tuesday. It was off the chain yesterday. They were spitting some facts and some truth. Make sure you subscribe to the brother World Breaker Fighting. Y'all know what the business is. One time for the one time, we continue to grind all the time. We gone.